Today's English word is efficacy. Efficacy. Now, as you listen to the story, see if you can guess the meaning of the word efficacy. It was her first class. Her first time teaching English. She was a brand new English teacher, and boy, was she nervous. You see, she decided to travel to Japan in order to help Japanese students learn how to speak English like native English speakers. But it was her first time teaching English, and she was not really comfortable just yet. But she knew that she had to appear confident in front of her students. So she walked into the classroom. She looked good. She wore the right outfit. She had a big smile on her face, and she moved with confidence. So when she walked into the room, the students saw her and immediately felt like she was going to be a great teacher. She could sense their confidence in her as well, and that eased her nervousness. And she started her class. She started her class, and it ended up being her favorite class of the semester. Time went on. 1 month, then 2 months, then 3 months, then 4 months, all the way up to a year, to where she became the most popular teacher at her institute. Now, her students loved her, but she loved teaching even more. She would develop new methods to help her students understand how to speak English fluently and how to be confident. And she could see the results. But one day, after being a teacher for more than a year and a half, she got a new student. And as the new student walked into her classroom, he was a little bit late. She could tell by the look on his face that he doubted that he would be able to speak English fluently after taking her class. She had a good eye for students, and she could tell what they were thinking before they even said anything. So even though the majority of her class was made up of students that knew her, this new guy, she knew he was going to be a challenge, and she knew that he did not know her well. So he sat down and she asked him his name. Now, he had chosen an English name, and his English name was Brian. She said, "Okay, Brian, I'm glad that you're in my class. Let's get started. And this semester, I'm going to be teaching you all how to give a 15-minute speech in English with no notes." Brian chuckled. That's not possible. And she said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. What did you say, Brandon?" He said, "Oh, I'll be honest, teacher. You seem very nice, but I've been studying English for years, and I honestly don't see what the efficacy of this class will be. You say that we'll learn how to give a 15-minute speech, but I've been studying English for a while, and I still can't give a 5-minute speech. So, again, not trying to be rude, but I don't see the efficacy of this class because I feel like it's impossible to give a 15-minute speech if you're not a native English speaker." She just smiled. She said, "Brian, thank you for your opinion. Let's talk in 2 months and let's see how far you get." Brian just kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, "Okay." And she continued teaching her class because she knew her methods would work. A week went by, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks, then 4 weeks. And at the end of the first month, each and every student was able to give a 7-minute speech in English with no notes, including Brian. Now, the class wasn't over yet. There was 1 month left, but at the end of the class on that day, at the end of the 4-week period, everyone walked out except Brian. Brian was sitting at his desk, and she said, "Hey, Brian, are you okay?" He said, "I'm fine." She said, "Oh, okay. Did you want to talk to me about something?" He said, "Teacher, I want to tell you 2 things. First, I'd like to say that I'm sorry. On the first day of class, I told you that I didn't see the efficacy of this class. I didn't think it was going to work at all. The second thing is that I see the efficacy of this class now. Your method has helped me gain confidence. Your method has helped me be able to give a long speech in English, and I'm looking forward to month 2. The teacher just smiled. She said, "Brian, first, thank you for your apology. But second, I want to let you know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Yes, I'm happy that you see the efficacy of my method and my class, but I want you to remember that you are the one doing the work. I'm giving you the tools and you're putting them to use. So Brian, I am proud of you. That one statement put the biggest smile on Brian's face. And at the end of that semester, a month later, Brian ended up being the best student she had ever had. Brian ended up giving a 20-minute English speech with no notes. And again, he realized the efficacy of his teacher's class and how good her methods really were. Did you guess the meaning? I think you like the story, right? Let me tell you the meaning of the word efficacy. So efficacy means production of a desired result. Remember, the teacher said, hey, by the end of this class, you will be able to give a 15-minute speech in English with no notes. That was going to be the result. The class would help them do it. So Brian was able to see the efficacy of the class. Exactly. The class gave him the desired result. Now, I'm going to tell you how to pronounce this word properly because it can be a little tricky. But I want to remind you, if you really want to sound like a native English speaker and use this word efficacy and other words like we use them, you must get the Daily English Vocabulary Book 7 package. I prepared worksheets for you to practice. I prepared audio files, a 30-day study plan, so much more to help you actually put into practice what you are learning over a 30-day period. So go to www.studywithtiffani.com right now and get your copy. Now, let's see again how to pronounce this word properly. I've been saying it over and over again, efficacy, but I want to place some emphasis on the F's in this word because sometimes English learners, and maybe you as well, have difficulties pronouncing this properly, making this sound properly. So, in order to make the F sound properly, what you need to remember is to put your front teeth on your bottom lip. It's literally that simple. So listen closely. F. Yes, my front teeth are on my bottom lip. Again, F. Good, after me, F. Great job. So the entire word now is efficacy. Great. Again, efficacy. Excellent. Last time after me, efficacy. Great job. So now you know the meaning and how to pronounce the word. Let me give you an example sentence. The example sentence is, she believes in the efficacy of prayer. She believes that prayer will get you the desired result. Again, she believes in the efficacy of prayer. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Try to use this word at least one time today, and I'll talk to you next time.